So if you're earning a high income, tired of insane taxes, and simply wanting more space, well, this is why everyone like you is moving down to Texas. So what is driving this luxury migration down to Texas? Well, I think we can start with the obvious. The no state income tax is huge. This is huge for high income earners, and alone can save you tens of thousands of dollars a year. But it's more than just taxes. You're really getting more space, more land, more house, better schools, and you have a lower cost of living compared to cities like LA, New York, or Chicago, Illinois. Plus, Texas cities like Dallas or Austin are booming with opportunities in the tech space or the healthcare space, so really you just have so much opportunity here as well, especially in tech, healthcare, finance, and entrepreneurship. So your next question is probably, where are these high income earners buying? Well, they're buying all over the DFW Metroplex, and it really depends on what they're looking for and the lifestyle that they're after. But I'm gonna name a couple suburbs that most of my clients who are relocating here and they're in the luxury sector, this is where they're looking at. So one of the top spots is obviously Frisco. Frisco is becoming that huge hub for North Texas. You've got Fort Worth, you've got Dallas, but Frisco is really taking that central circle there as being a North Texas hotspot. So you have a lot of opportunity coming here, like the PGA headquarters, you have Universal Studios that is being built here, and then you have a new Fields West development. And if you've ever looked at or heard of Legacy West in Plano, this is the same developer. It's gonna be very, very popular. It's gonna be beautiful, lots of luxury shopping. So it's essentially like a second Legacy West in Frisco. So much to do, so many things, you know, blossoming here in the Frisco area, which is number one, why people are looking in this area. You also have beautiful master plan communities like the Fields in Frisco, like Newman Village or Edgestone and Legacy. These three neighborhoods are some of my personal favorites in Frisco, especially Newman Village. It is beautiful. You have a gated neighborhood, lots of amenities in these neighborhoods because again, Frisco is just one of those newer suburbs. There are some new construction opportunities in Frisco. You will have pre-owned options that are a little bit older. You will have some new construction options, I would say ranging from like $750 all the way into $3 million plus. So really a diverse group of housing and townhomes, single family, all kinds of good stuff in Frisco. And I would say the big driver for Frisco is really the location. A lot of executives are finding their headquarters being relocated to this area, so it's very close. You have a lot of shopping in this area like Stonebriar, and you also have really great schools with Frisco ISD. They are a very highly rated ISD, one of the top in DFW. So all of these things together is why Frisco is on the top of people's list when they relocate here. The next one that buyers are always gravitating towards, it seems, is West Plano. So as you may have known, West Plano is one of my favorite suburbs in all of DFW. I absolutely love a pre-owned home. Nothing wrong with new construction, but I love the pre-owned homes. Just lots of character, you know? But the West Plano area is very, very hot. That market is moving really fast. You have a lot of luxury options in West Plano. I would say of all Plano, all of the huge suburb of Plano, West Plano tends to be the most popular and tends to have the higher, pricier neighborhoods. This is somewhat due to the location, between the tollway and Preston Road, you have a lot. I would say you have your most luxurious neighborhoods between Dallas Tollway and Preston Road. Just a really central spot. You've got the older neighborhoods like Willow Bend with beautiful homes on large lots, tree-lined streets, just a beautiful neighborhood. And again, you're in such a central spot, so of course the real estate is going to be a little pricier in these areas. You also have very close proximity to shopping. So like I mentioned, Legacy West shops at Legacy. You have them all in the Willow Bend area. And then of course you've got Preston Road with a ton of shopping right along Preston Road. Not to mention the schools in the West Plano area are very popular as well. And all of these reasons together is why West Plano is a very popular spot for luxury buyers. Okay, next up on the list is Southlake and Colleyville. If you know about them, you probably love them. But if you don't know about them, I'm gonna tell you a little backstory. So Southlake and Colleyville are very popular areas in the DFW Metroplex. They're all on that western side, so a little closer to Fort Worth than some of these others that we've talked about. but they are really well known for their school district. So Carroll ISD is one of the best school districts in all of Texas and all of DFW. They are known for their academics and their sports programs. Just a really great ISD to be in, which is one of the reasons why so many people want to live in Southlake and Colleyville. I would say another reason is you are super close to DFW Airport. So a lot of business executives and professional athletes, they choose to live in the Southlake area because of the close proximity to a major airport. They can really scoot wherever they need to go. And then you have larger lots here. You have larger lots, larger homes. You definitely have some more privacy compared to, a luxury area like Highland Park or University Park. They often say that Southlake is considered the Western Highland Park, kind of gives that same kind of vibe just because you have such higher price points here. But in Southlake, you just have larger everything and not always in the price. And Southlake gives that boutique luxury vibe without being too flashy. So you think about the Texas quiet wealth, as they like to call it. Not always so quiet because you've got these beautiful mansions out here, but really just a great area, a great family feel. It's definitely more private, low-key than something like a Highland Park or University Park or even a Preston Hollow. So really popular area, and Colleyville is very similar to that. I would say Southlake is maybe a highest price point, and then Colleyville is just a little bit lower, but still very, very popular. Beautiful homes. You do have new construction options out here as well as pre-owned, but just depends on the neighborhood, and if you'd like more info, you know who to call. And also in Southlake, I have to mention, you do have Southlake Town Square. This is a really popular area to hang out, get dinner. One of my favorite grocery stores called Central Market is over here. I actually had some family in town this weekend and took them over to the Southlake area to give them the full tour. But just a really fun place to hang out. Great little weekend area to do your shopping and get some lunch and, all the things. So definitely a good spot to check out. And if you're a luxury buyer, then Southlake and Colleyville is definitely going to be on your list. And last but not least, we are talking Prosper and Salina. So these are the northern neighbors of Frisco. They are right above 380. So Prosper and Salina are very popular areas, and I think the number one reason why is because people love new construction. Luxury buyers also like new construction. So the buyers that I have that want new construction, that's the first place we're going to look, Prosper and Salina, because you have competitive price points out there. You have these really large neighborhood, these master plan communities with lots of amenities and things to do. So I think that's a huge driver of Prosper and Salina versus some of these other suburbs that are maybe more mature. They've been around for a little bit longer. Prosper and Salina, they are just booming with growth. Prosper's a little smaller than Salina, so if you look at a map, you see Frisco, you see 380, and then you see Prosper right above it. Because Prosper is a little closer in, I feel like it's definitely a more developed feeling. You definitely feel closer to Frisco, the things to do in Frisco. You're a little closer to McKinney, versus Salina does feel a little bit further out. Both of these ISDs are really great. I have a lot of my clients that are wanting Prosper ISD specifically, so they're okay. They don't mind living further out in Salina, but they always tell me, Bree, we want Prosper ISD. So Prosper ISD is a really great ISD. It's growing a ton. They've got a new school announcing every single year, I feel like, just because there's so many people moving up there. So definitely two to watch out for. And if you love new construction, then this is the area that I would probably point you to. And I will say sometimes Salina does feel a little bit further out to people. But again, I think it just depends on your lifestyle and what you're looking for. If you want some acreage, if you want more space, maybe Salina is going to be a good fit for you for the price point. Tend to get a little bit more space for the price. And of course, if you're raising a family, Prosper and Salina are great options just because you do have more space, you tend to get newer homes, and then you also have really good ISDs as well. I would say maybe Prosper and Salina is not a great fit for someone who is working in Dallas, who is working a little bit further out in Fort Worth, just because that commute time is pretty killer. So if you're able to work from home, if your headquarters is in Frisco or West Plano, I think Prosper and Salina could be a great option. But if you're all the way down in Dallas, I do think that commute is going to get really tough, and maybe we can look at some other options. But I really just want to give you the 411 on the DFW market. There are a ton of other suburbs that have luxury homes, luxury neighborhoods, gated neighborhoods, land, all the things that I did not list. So, areas like Lucas, you've got areas of Dallas like Lakewood or Preston Hollow. You also have beautiful neighborhoods neighborhoods in Flower Mound and Compel and even up in McKinney. So, this list is just the beginning. There are tons of other areas. Now, I will say many high-end homes, many luxury properties are sold off market. So they're not always going to appear on Zillow or Realtor.com or MLS. A good portion of them are going to be off markets, pocket listings, or private exclusive properties with a brokerage. So my biggest advice to my luxury buyers is to be sure you're working with an agent who has access to these properties, because this is a huge opportunity for you to get in before anyone else does. Which is huge. Time is money and time kills deals. So if you're able to get in before anyone else, you may just be able to snatch up your perfect home in DFW before it ever hits the MLS. And of course, we also help clients strategize with the 2-1 buy downs, seller concessions. We are also able to negotiate these builder contracts, so you're paying a competitive price and you're getting a lot of add-ons in addition to that price. So, working with an agent is going to help you tons. They're going to give you the information you need to know to get under contract quickly, to find the perfect house, to find the right neighborhood, and of course, to negotiate a killer deal. So you are squeezing the lemon for all it's worth and getting a great buy here in DFW. If you've got questions, leave them down below. Would love to know where you're thinking about moving in the DFW area. And if I missed a suburb, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.